YouTube. Okay, so what do y'all think so far about chapter 2? Powerful processes. Powerful processes. So one of the powerful processes mentioned was gratitude. Gratitude is one of the powerful processes. The powerful process of gratitude. Says gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life. Good morning, a day. Or good afternoon, excuse me. It's almost 1 o'clock. But yeah, powerful processes. So gratitude is a powerful process, which is why I created the gratitude journal. 365 days of prompts to help keep your mind focused on thankfulness. That is why I created that. There's prompts there to get you started, to help keep you on track with what to be thankful for. And like I said, it was a push for me when I wrote the book, because I had to think of 365 things to be thankful for as prompts to put in the book, to prompt you all to write about it. And it's free, so if you don't have it, go to KenyattaAuset.com and download it for free. Okay? Download it for free. Brittany said I've been doing that. I didn't even know it. I always play out the scenarios in my head before and after. And that's good that you say that, because the next section, if you're looking in the book of powerful processes, is visualization. So next week we'll be able to read into visualization and how that powerful process helps with the law of attraction, which helps with manifestation, right? And Sybil says, I'm grateful for everything, even the things that weren't meant for me. Yes. Gratitude, right? Let me go back. So before we start talking about gratitude, it says your current reality or your current life is a result of the thoughts that you've been thinking. I want you to understand what that's saying. Your current reality or your current life is a result of the thoughts you have been thinking in the past. So what's happening today? What's happening today in this moment is the results of past thoughts. So if you continue to react and respond to what's happening in front of you instead of what you want to create, you're going to keep recreating the same thing over and over. So that's why there's such thing as faith, an unwavering faith, for you to have faith about what it is that you're manifesting. Because where you're thinking today is what's creating your future. The thoughts we have today is not creating the results of today. The results of today is from the past, okay? Your current reality or your current life is a result of the thoughts you have been thinking. All of that will totally change as you begin to change your thoughts and feelings. So when you change your thoughts and feelings and not react and respond to what you see, but react and respond to what's in your mind, to what's in your heart, what's in your soul, to what's in the inside, then your life will begin to change. So let me see what you all were saying. They say, grateful for y'all, hugs all around. Grateful for you too. Thanks for coming. Sybil said I brought a couple of pages with me so I can still get it done. Good. That is great. That was a good idea. I'm glad you took some with you while you was traveling. Please excuse me for shortness of breath. That's something I've been going through. Tia says, thankful for awareness and growth. And she says, thank you, Kenyatta, for assistance on the journey. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank y'all for being here. It's just as much of a blessing to me as it is to all of you. Okay. When you want to change your circumstances, you must change your thinking. So if you don't like what you're seeing today, please understand that what you see in your life is a result of your past thinking. So if you keep thinking that way, if you keep responding to it, if you keep saying, I don't like this, or, if you keep emanating a vibration that aligns with what you see today, you will continue to keep attracting it, and you'll keep creating that for the future. So despite what's going on around you, the one thing we can't control 100% is our thoughts, and our thoughts automatically control our feelings. You have to change your thinking around it. That's why you have to live from the inside out, not from the outside in. If you live from the outside in, you will always respond to what's going on outside of you. You have to have the faith of what's inside of you. You have to have the faith of what you know you want to manifest. Okay? The law of attraction is always being obedient to your thoughts. Always being obedient to your thoughts. Your persistent thoughts will cause you to have emotions, which then will emanate a vibration. Okay? That vibration and that frequency is what the universe responds to. Your wish is my command, as they say. Your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. Expectation. Now, this was powerful for me because I just had a conversation yesterday about what expectation was and how I viewed it. But this has definitely put a different perspective on it for me. Expectation is a powerful, attractive force because it draws things to you. It draws things to you. So let's talk about that before we go back to gratitude. Because, we tend to be like, oh, I don't expect anything, because you don't want to let yourself down, right? You don't want to have expectations because you don't want to be disappointed. Or you don't want to have expectations just mostly so you're not disappointed, right? And I know that that's a way that I have functioned in life primarily, is if I don't expect things from people, at least from people, whatever it is that I do get, I can then decide if I'm thankful for it. I can take it in. I don't have an expectation and then they don't meet that expectation because they might not be able to, right? But it says expectation is a powerful, attractive force because it draws things to you. So here's a different perspective. Instead of thinking about expectation in terms of how I interact in my relationships with people and how I interact with people, let's think about expectation about what I expect to happen in my life. I expect good in my life. I expect all things to work out in my life. I expect to surround myself with people that are supportive. I expect to surround myself with people that are loving. I expect to have a check. I expect to be financially stable. I expect to have all the food and things that I need, the gas, the money, the whatever. I expect it. So we switch it and have that expectation. It attracts. It like strengthens the magnet. We already are magnets. We are magnets in the universe. We're our own magnet to attract our desires, right? We the plug, as we talked about the other day, right there. We the plug. Okay? We attract it. Whatever it is we want, we can do that. We're a magnetic force, and our magnet and our frequency is based off of our thoughts, which then controls our emotions, which then makes the vibration, which then is the frequency, right? So, what is the expectation you have? I expect all good things to happen to me. I always get good things. I always have things work out for me. Things always work out in perfect timing. I say that, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time. Expectational, instead of us looking at expectation in the forms of another person, because what we do know is we can't control other people, right? We could 100% control ourselves and our thoughts, but we can't control others. But I can control my thoughts about myself. I expect all good to be around me. I expect all the people around me to be good. I expect all the people around me to be that of love and to emanate love. I expect to have everything I desire. I expect all good things to come to me. I expect it to happen. It's going to happen. I don't care what's going on right now. I don't care if it looks chaotic. Oh, this is going to end well. It always ends well. Things always worked out for me. They always work out for me. I made it this far and it keeps getting better and better. Today's a good day and each day gets better and better, right? That is an expectation. That is the attractive force. That's how we draw to us, right? Then it says desires connects you with the thing desired, and expectation draws you into your life. Okay, so we have a desire. Now we know something exists. So me and that desired thing exists, right? The desired thing, let's just say an unexpected check. Now we connect it because the desire exists. Me and the unexpected check connected. Now I expect the unexpected check, which means now I'm pulling that check to me. The expectation pulls it to you, right? It pulls you to you, okay? Let me go to your comments because I know y'all writing a lot while I'm talking. And I'm going to try to catch my breath because I'm having shortness of breath. So please bear with me. Brittany says, yes, thank you so much. I love it here. I'm glad you do. I love it here too. And Sybil says, my family asked me what happened to me. I look different, sound different. My mother looked at me and asked what was happening to me. And you cracked up. And you said, God. I know that's right. That's a beautiful response. It is. I agree with Shalana. Brittany said, yes, Sybil, I'm so much calmer and confident. I love it. That is beautiful. And Sierra's just commenting on me saying, yes, we are the plug. They said firmly on pointed and seeing only the good, expectation of it all being the best and working out perfectly. Yes. Brittany, Sybil says to Brittany, yes, I don't hold space for anything that doesn't serve me any good. All is well. So I guess they see and feel it. I'm still working, though ain't done. It's always a continuous process. That's even something that Dr. Gibson and his wife say. And those are my spiritual teachers. They've been on this journey for a long time, and they're always saying there's always more to grow. When you just think about how old the universe is, how old some of the stars are, how old some of the beings are, there's been a continuous thing. It's always continuous. That's the purpose for our evolution. And good afternoon, Mom. They say I realized when I forgot that and throw away that clarity, I lose myself in it all, right? So, yeah. Yes, please bear with me. I haven't been talking this much, but I have been having shortness of breath over the week now. But we're gonna work on that. And it's gonna get better. Jamila said, yes, I second that. More calm. I have to commend myself. I'm giving people and most importantly myself grace. When you give people grace, it's good for you. Because when you don't, you the one that has to walk around with the emotions. You have to walk around with feeling hardcore about it. So giving grace is good for you, even though it could be good for others, but it's more good for you, right? So desire connection with the think desired, and expectation draws it to you. So we desire, unexpected check. Okay, so now the desire is like, okay, an expected check exists out there. I exist. We both want each other. Now I expect it. Now unexpected check and I start to move towards each other. We start to move towards each other. The gap gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay? Expect things you want. Don't expect the things you don't want. What do you expect right now? I expect to catch my breath. And I expect to breathe normally. That's what I expect. And I expect my body to do what's best for me at all times. That's my expectation. What do y'all expect right now? Type in the comments what y'all expect right now. What do y'all expect right now? And while y'all typing that, I'm going to read this lovely passage from James Ray. Okay? James Ray said, most people look at their current state of affairs and they say, this is who I am. Ooh, no. Remember I posted a few weeks ago, failure is an event, not a person, right? Your state of affairs is an event, not who you are. That's not who you are. That's who you were. Let's say, for instance, you don't have enough money in your bank account, or you don't have the relationship you want, or the health and fitness aren't up to par. That's not who you are. That's the residual outcome of your past thoughts and actions. So we're constantly living in this residual, if you will, of the thoughts and actions we've taken in the past. When you look at your current state of affairs and define yourself by that, then you're doomed yourself to have nothing more than the same thing in the future. You recreate it over and over and over and over and over and over. So, Brittany said, yes, just call me Grace. So Shalana says she expects a check. My mom says she expects her 75K. Shalana says she expects money, prosperity, and blessings and peace. My mom says she expects peace. I expect to catch my breath right now in this moment. That is what I'm thinking about. And then in the next moment, I'll set a new expectation. That's the beautiful thing, right? You can set your expectation in each and every moment. We have every second of the day to create anew, right? And as you change your thoughts and frequency, you are changing your future, right? You are changing that. All that we are is a result of what we have thought. That is something Buddha has said. So where you are, what you see today is a result of the past thoughts, right? So if you know last week you was in a bad place and you was having negative thoughts, and this week is kind of challenging, it's a result of the thoughts from last week. Change your thoughts this week and we know next week or sooner it's going to be able to change. I'm speaking from experience. I've been doing this the last 2 weeks. I had to have that real talk with myself. Like, okay, I have been sulking about the situation. And that's why, I wish Rachel was here. That's why that illusion of things seem to get worse before they get better. That's it right there. Because of the residual. If you was thinking negative last week, you created that for this week. And I'm using weeks as an example. It can be shorter, it could be longer, etc. Right? But let's just use weeks. So if last week I was in very negative thinking, I was very pessimistic, I was not supporting myself with good thoughts, I was having negative emotions and thoughts, and I felt them very strongly. And this week is challenging. Understanding what you're going through this week is a result of those thoughts from last week. So you don't respond to what you're seeing. You're just saying, okay, I know what I created and this is the result of it. So let me create my new future. I understand that I created that last week. I understand that that's what I'm seeing right now. I understand that I do not have to respond or react to the results that are in my life right now. I understand that I can think a new thought, and that when I think a new thought, I create a new life. I create a new reality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on what I'm thankful for. I'm first thankful for that I have a new conscious awareness. I'm first thankful that I'm not reacting continuously in this loop of misery that I used to act in the past. I'm very thankful for my awareness. I'm thankful that, although it may be challenging, I still have good health. I have this, I have that, whatever it is that you're gratitude for. So you begin to shift that, okay? And you begin to shift that. And when you shift it, things begin to change. I just went through this. I was in a place where I was like, oh God, I'm thinking negatively. And I was like, you know what? I got to snap out of it. And when I snapped out of it, I saw the results of my thinking last week. And then last week I stayed calm, as y'all mentioned, calm, and I began to change my thinking. And now this week I'm seeing shift again already, and the week just began. So let's go back to see. I know Jamila says she expects unexpected checks, genuine support and love. My mom says she expects her ability to assist others during this pandemic. Brittany says, I expect to rest and relax and to flow. Sybil says, I expect this message to bring me even more peace. I know that's right. And good morning, afternoon. I'm still adjusting. Consuela. Tierra said, I expect unexpected blessings, love, prosperity, good health. I expect all good things the universe has to offer. Yes, I agree. I agree to that. Okay? All we are is a result of what we have thought. So if you don't like what you see today, you just change your thoughts and understand it's from a past way of thinking. Let me go back. This is one of my favorites from chapter 3. I'm going to go back to chapter 3 when it says, any time delay you experience in your manifestation is due to your delay in getting to the place of believing, knowing, and feeling you already have it. It is you getting yourself on the frequency of what you want. When you're on that frequency, then it will begin to appear. Okay? So understand that. Regardless of what's happening today, get on the frequency of what it is you want to create. Right? And if there's a delay in what you want to manifest, it's because you have delayed in believing that it exists. You've delayed in knowing it. You've delayed in your faith. You've delayed in getting in the frequency. Right? Right. When you want to change your circumstance, you must first change your thinking. The law of attraction is always obedient to your thoughts. Right. So here's a good one. Let me read what Shalana wrote, and I'm going to get to this exercise that Neville talked about. Shalana says, I no longer want to live in this continuous loop of sadness, misery. I expect joy, bliss, and happiness. Good. So take the end of that. And so I'm so thankful and grateful for the joy, bliss, and happiness that is all around me. I'm so thankful and grateful now that I feel joyful, now that I have bliss, now that I have happiness, which is that affirmation that was given to us by Proctor a few pages in. So Neville recommends at the end of every day before you go to sleep to think through the events of the day. If any events or moments did not go the way you wanted, replay them in your mind in a way that thrills you. Replay them in a way that thrills you. As you recreate those events in your mind exactly as you want, you are cleaning up your frequency from the day and you are emitting a new signal and frequency for tomorrow. You have intentionally created new pictures for your future. It is never too late to change the pictures. If you remember, I think this is back in chapter 1 or chapter 2. They said for you to go to bed with a positive feeling because the law of attraction still works while you're sleeping. So this is a great exercise to do before you go to sleep. That's why you may have heard the sayings like never go to bed mad, never go sleep mad, because whatever frequency you are on before you went to sleep, that's the frequency you're going to radiate the whole time you're sleeping. So doing this to change your frequency for the next day, because you're still manifesting while you sleep. Change the frequency so that you can emit a very good frequency, a high vibrational frequency before you go to sleep, and set it there. You create those thoughts and said, that's pretty cool to me. I don't have to worry about the thoughts and emitting a frequency and sleeping at the same time. All I have to do is make sure I have positive thoughts before I went to sleep. And that's going to emit a good frequency for the rest of the night. That's pretty easy. I like the way that's set up. I really do. That works out for me. Gratitude. The powerful process of gratitude. I know I started off talking about it. Now we're back here. Gratitude is absolutely the way to bring more into your life. It pulls things in and attracts support. Gratitude pulls things in and attracts support. I find myself throughout the day where I just start saying what I'm thankful for, just randomly. My favorite place to do is in the grocery store. I don't know what it is. I guess because I just be quiet in my own thoughts. In the grocery store, it's kind of therapeutic going to the grocery store by yourself. And I just say what I'm thankful for. In the shower, where I just go about it. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm thankful, right? Whatever we think about, we think about. Whatever we think about, we think about. Okay? Whatever we think whatever we think about and think about, we bring about. Whatever we think about and think about, we bring about. Think about, bring about. That's pretty good. I like that little saying. Here's another exercise that James Ray did. Every morning, I do not get out of bed until I felt the feelings of gratitude for this brand new day. And I am grateful for my life. Then I get out of bed. When one foot touches the ground, I say thank and you as my second foot touches the ground. With each step I take all the way to the bathroom, I say thank you. I continue to say and feel thank you. As I'm showering and getting ready, by the time I'm ready for the day, I've said thank you hundreds of times. Wow, that's powerful. I do not get out of bed until I'm thankful. That is good because a lot of times people get out of bed a little grouchy because sometimes we are startled out of our sleep. The alarm startles you. Oh, I need enough sleep. I need enough sleep. I didn't have enough sleep. Wait a minute. This is bringing back memories to something we've read before. I think this is Brene Brown's book where you will start the day off thinking about what you didn't have enough of by saying you didn't have enough sleep. No, we're going to start the day off with gratitude. Just gratitude. They says, just reset before sleep. That's the move. Shower and upon waking, most deaf, and when the spirit hits me. That sounds good to me. But just think about it. In the morning, start your day with gratitude. Because, even if you are tired, there's something to be thankful for. Don't start the intention of the day with not enough. That's what it was. Brene Brown talked about how we can start the day thinking about what we don't have enough of. Okay? We don't need to start the day about that. I don't care if you are sleepy. You thankful you woke up. You thankful for whatever reason you woke up, even if it was your little baby that woke you up and startled you to tell you they love you. And it was probably not that serious, but I'm thankful that I have a little person to wake me up. I'm thankful that I have a cell phone that has an alarm on it to wake me up. I'm thankful that I have a job to go to. I'm thankful that I have something to do. I'm thankful for etc. Whatever it is. Many things to be thankful for. And hi, Rachel. I just summons Rachel. I was just saying. I wish she was here. I was speaking on that time delay that we talk about, how things get worse before they get better. Why they get worse before they get better. I'll come back to that. And remind me, Rachel. Sarah said the last book we read, she said, begin your day with gratitude before getting out of the bed. This is also divine. It is. I don't know. I can't sit and tell you how I begin my day when I get out of bed because I get out of bed and do stuff and get back in bed. I just kind of do my thing. So I'm very thankful that I have the means to do that. So, it says you are the creator of your life. So begin by intentionally in creating your day. If you are the creator of your life, begin by intentionally creating your day. Okay? Says Joe knows the power of gratitude and all it brought to him. So gratitude is his way of life. Now, and that's just through doing these different exercises. Going to sleep with gratitude, waking up with gratitude, having gratitude throughout the day. The power of gratitude stands above everything else. If you only do one thing, it says if you only do one thing from the knowledge of the secret, if you only pick one thing from this book, use gratitude until it becomes a way of life. If you do not have my gratitude journal, go to KenyattaAuset.com and download it for free. It is a free journal. It has 365 prompts of gratitude. You can just use that alone. Okay? Wallace D. Wattles which has taught a lot. Wallace D. Wattles, if you don't know, made the original book, The Secret Science of Getting Rich. Then Bob Proctor, Michael Beckwith, and a few other people from this book, they redid the book. They read the book, described it, and they redid an audiobook, okay? So he's very knowledgeable. Wallace Wattles, if you ever see him, very knowledgeable about the law of attraction. He taught a lot of these people, because a lot of people speaking in this book are elderly. Bob Proctor is well into his, I want to say he's well into his 70s, if not 80 years old, okay? A lot of them are very, very mature, and a lot of them are elders. So Wallace D. Wattles taught them. So anytime I see something from Wallace D. Wattles, I pay attention. So this is what he says. Many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. So he's pretty much saying people might follow the rules and do all of this and that, but if they don't have gratitude, they stay in a poverty mindset. And you're not just talking about financially. You're talking about all around. Understand, poverty and wealth is not just about money, but they stay in poverty because of their lack of gratitude. Just if you don't take anything else from the secret or from this book, take gratitude, right? It is impossible to bring more into your life if you're feeling ungrateful about what you have. Why? Because the thoughts and feelings you emanate as you feel ungrateful are negative emotions. Whether it is jealousy, resentment, dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction is a negative emotion, which means it starts from a negative thought. Just to let y'all know. When you're not satisfied, that is a negative emotion. Or feelings of not enough. Negative emotion. Those feelings cannot bring you what you want. They cannot give you the frequency of what you want. They can only return to you more of what you do not want. Think about it. You yourself, or you probably know somebody that always is talking about not having enough, always talk about how they're not happy with something. And guess what? Those people or yourself at the time continue to experience that, right? Because that is a negative emotion. They can only return to you more of what you do not want. Those negative emotions are blocking your own good coming to you. If you want a new car, but you're not grateful for the car you have, that would be the dominant frequency you are seeking out. Be grateful for what you have now. As you begin to think about all the things in your life you are grateful for, you will be amazed at the never-ending thoughts that come back to you of more things to be grateful for. Because the law of attraction is exact. Because the law of vibration is exact. If you're thinking about what you're grateful for, you'll be able to think about more things to be grateful. And continue to think about more things that are grateful. Because like attracts like. Like thoughts attract like thoughts. Grateful thoughts will attract grateful thoughts. Ungrateful thoughts will attract ungrateful thoughts. You have to make a start. And then the law of attraction will receive those grateful thoughts and give you more just like them. You will have locked into the frequency of gratitude and all good things will be yours. The daily practice of gratitude is one of the conduits by which your wealth will come to you. Wallace D. Wattles. Okay? So let me see what you guys are writing. So before I even got out of bed, I thank God for the sun that shines through the window. Then I give thanks for being able to open my eyes, breathe, move, and get out of bed and go on from there. That's a beautiful practice to do. Very beautiful. It is so very important to have an attitude of gratitude. I am so happy and grateful now that is the affirmation that Bob Proctor suggests that you start with. Okay, that's how you begin your affirmations and fill in the rest. Because if we go back to chapter 3, remember we talked about how time doesn't exist. So when you don't allow time to exist in your mind, then you tap into the frequency of having it already. So that's why you say, I'm so thankful and grateful now. So thankful and grateful now I have received my unexpected check. I'm so thankful and grateful now that I have joy and bliss in my life. I'm so thankful and grateful now that I have 75K. All of that comes to you, right? When you give thanks as though you already have received what you want, you are emanating a powerful signal to the universe. That signal is saying that you have it already because you're feeling gratitude for it now. Each morning before you get out of bed, make it a habit of feel the feelings of gratitude in advance for a great day ahead. And as so it is done. Excuse me. So yes, that is chapter 4. Powerful processes of gratitude, right? And we'll get into the powerful processes of visualization next week. sometime next week. So I think that's self-explanatory. I want y'all to comment what your takeaway was from what we talked about today. And while y'all do that, thank God I have a great memory today. I'm going to go back to what I was saying before Rachel came about, how I told Rachel that some things will get worse before they get better. So things get worse before they get better because of the residual of the manifestation process. There's a delay in the manifestation process. That was talked about at the beginning of The Secret. If you watch the movie, if you read the beginning of the book, Lisa Nichols talks about that. She talks about how we're thankful for there's a delay. I think it's at the beginning. Please forgive me. I might be wrong because I've read and watched the documentary so many times. I might be mixing it up. But I just remember I know Lisa Nichols said it. And she said, thank God there's a time delay, that we don't manifest everything as soon as we think it, right? I believe that was the beginning of this book. Because I think that's when she started discussing how positive thoughts are stronger than negative thoughts, right? So, because of the residual time delay, the time delay in the manifestation, if we was in a very negative thinking and then we switch to positive thinking, that negative thinking has to manifest. So that's the worst part. That's the part of when things get worse. And then because you switch your thoughts to positive thoughts, then the residual is things get better. So that's why it gives us the illusion that things get worse before it gets better. But the reality of it is the law of attraction is responding to the negative thoughts we previously had. And then it starts responding to the positive thoughts that we switched to. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Rachel. So Tara said good stuff. That's her takeaway from it. Anybody else want to comment what your takeaway is from today's powerful processes and gratitude in The Secret? So for me, the thing that was a takeaway for me was the expectation. The desire connects you to the thing that you want, and the expectation pulls it to you. I like that. That's my biggest takeaway for today. Is just that perspective of expectation, primarily because I just had a conversation about expectations last night, and this changed how I view it. The biggest thing that I've been shifting in my mindset with what we're learning and what we're talking about is to take other people out of the equation, because I'm the center of my universe, and regardless of what anybody else does or not do in their world, I'm the center of what I want to create. I cannot control another person, but I can control my thoughts and my perception, right? That's a very powerful thing for me. I feel like I've known it, but I feel like I get it on a whole nother level. You know how you know something and you get it again? It's like layers. It's like, okay, now this makes sense, different layer. For me, I used to go through that very often when I studied math. You'll understand the concept. And you're like, okay, I get it. I know how to solve equations like this. And then you get to a higher level. You're like, oh, okay, that really makes sense. Now it makes it like, now I get it. That's the only other time I can truly say that I've experienced it. But now I really get it. Like, I really get how, regardless of what somebody else's behavior is, I can still create what it is I want in my life. And I have faith that I have had other people come in my life for a reason, and that they are capable just as I am capable to switch frequencies just like I switch frequencies. And if they're not, just because they don't do it when I do it, don't mean that it's all doomed. Doesn't mean that it won't happen. So I have faith in that. I have faith that just like I was smart enough to shift, the people I've attracted in my life are smart enough to also shift their frequency, right? That's kind of where I've been and where I'm at with things. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Okay? I'm catching my breath, which is good. But now I'm feeling fatigued. That's a residual of the shortness of breath. So it's just a process that I'm going through right now, and I'm accepting that all is going to be well and all is well. So I am going to rest my body now. But this is good. I appreciated it. Very much so. I'm going to get me something else to drink. I'm going to go prepare for my doctor's appointment. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. All right? Y'all have a good day here on YouTube. And those on IG, y'all have a